So we're going to start the homework, okay? Let's talk about homework, okay, Jason? So Kevin, let me ask you a very simple question. Where is your homework? Okay, so when I ask you questions, the first reaction you made is mute yourself. So do you want to answer my question or not? Kevin? Kelvin, can you hear me? Yeah, you need to unmute yourself in order to answer my questions, okay? So this is a very normal thing. So can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. I can hear somebody else is talking in the background. I cannot hear your voices because you're not talking. So where's your homework? Kelvin, answer me right now. So next time I want you to give me your homework. Do you understand what I mean? Kelvin, I know you can hear me. Everybody, Jason, can you hear me? Kelvin, you cannot hear me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, it works now. I think my AirPods ran out of battery.
Okay. So where is your homework?
Homework is right here.
Okay, so how about you just
I did it this morning.
Okay, so could you please scan it and send it to me?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's talk about the homework, okay? So today, the last week, the homework, the best one I have to say belongs to Vicky. Okay, so she did pretty good. But still, I need to emphasize some questions here, okay? I want to discuss some questions here. Okay, most of you did really good. But some of you, I didn't see it, okay? So I still need to talk about some questions. So first of all, let's talk about this one, okay? So let's talk about this one. So the first question, no problem at all. Number 4, everybody get it right. Round the answer to 1 decimal place, okay? So this one has no problem at all. This one, everybody is having a little bit problem. So I want to explain this question to all of you, okay? When you have an isosceles triangle, okay, your height is not just only the height. Your height is also cut the bottom to the top part. Correct, everybody? Can you see it? Can you see my thing? Okay, so if this one is 32, so that means these two lines are what? 16 centimeters. 16 centimeters, correct? Okay, so that h equals 16 squared, 20 squared minus 16 squared and square root, right? And this one, because this 7 is cut in half, so this is 3.5. Understand, Jason? Okay, so it's 3.5 squared and 11 squared minus 3 squared and the square root. That means h. Okay? Okay, so 我们现在来看看第6题啊。第6题呢，有很多小朋友呢 ，OK， 好，包括老师的答案，我是看到你们的答案，我就直接抄的啊。有些小朋友是怎么做的呢？Very smart, right? So we need to know this line. So 225 square root equals 15 centimeter, right? So we name this as A. So A equals 15, B equals 24 centimeter, and C equals 15 squared plus 24 squared square root, right? 225 plus, so 24 squared equals what? Who can tell me? $576, right? So square root. So 801, oh my God, square root equals 28.3 啊。好了，有一个小朋友他就这样告诉我，老师我做好了。Is it done, everybody? The question is asking you, find the perimeter of the right triangles, right, Jason? So 15 plus 24 plus 28.3 is the final answer, right? So this one is the same thing. Because 很多小朋友真的我看到很多小朋友啊，OK，Graciana， Because look, this two line, it's equals to each other. OK? 他就说这里是20，这里也是20 Kelvin, right? Are they? Okay, 841. 841 equals 20 squared plus x squared. So x squared equals what? Equals 441. So x equals 21. So it's not 20. So it's what? It's 841 equals what? Square root equals 29. So this is 29. So the parameter is actually 20 plus 21 plus 29 equals 70 centimeter. 很多小朋友给我的答案是69。Understood, Graciana? Okay, so now let's take a look at teacher's answer sheet. Okay.
老师，我上交了。
Okay, good. 你下次要上课之前交啊，不是上课之
老师，我
后。
忘记了，我今天早上5点去医院，
你怎么了呀？
我生病了，
你生什么病？
stomach flu，不知道是啥。
啊，你是不是妈妈不在家，然后你就不行了？
No
还是要妈妈啊？
no。
OK，我们来看一下这些题目里面。So, Vicky and Graciana, okay, and Andy, let's just to take some questions, okay? So I even make some mistakes. Everybody take a look, okay? So I make this one wrong. It's because I wrongly took 2 square root 2 times 4 square root 3 equals what? Equals 2 square root 2 divided by 4 square root 3. Correct? Okay, so this one's wrong. It's time. So the answer should be 8 square root 6, right? But let's take a look at number 4, everybody. So if my answer is square root 30 over 2, is the final answer? Yes, okay, this one is good. But I have seen some student doing not simplify. Okay, here. 有小朋友这样子就给我了，这样子不行啊。Square root 18等于什么？等于 2 times 3 times 3, 对不对？那两个一样的拿出来说 3 square root 2. Understand, everybody? Okay, so some questions we need to make sure. So number 3, I made a mistakes as well. So everybody, you need to make sure you look at the sign really, really careful. Understood? Okay, so now today we're going to quickly go through where's my thing? Not here, not here. Okay, here I find it. Okay. So everybody, can you take a look at the screen right now and take a look at this question, okay? I asked your parents to print it out. So the 7 and 8, okay? So this is a very important part for the algebra. Sorry, not algebra, sorry. For finding the area and using the Pythagorean theorem. Let's take a look at this one, okay? So ABCD is a rhombus. So let me ask you, Jason, what is the personality of a rhombus?
4 sides.
4 sides are what?
Triangles.
Yes, they're right triangles. But the thing is, A, B, B, C, C, D, and AD, they're equals to each other. Understand? Okay. When we're talking about the rhombus, each of the line are the same. So let me ask Graciana, if that is the thing, so if I want to calculate the perimeter of the rhombus, do I need to calculate each line or only need one line?
You only need one line because you can just multiply it by 4.
Very good. Okay. So how do we find it? So for instance, we just want AB, right? So AC equals 10. And because we know the diagonal, just to cut these two things into even. So that's why this one will be 5 and 5, correct? And because BD equals 20, so this one will be 10 and 10. So that's why AB equals what? AB equals 5 squared plus 10 squared square root. So AB equals 125 square root. Sorry, right? So we can do 125 and square root. equals 11.18. Correct, everybody? Okay, so I want you to do the number 8 yourself, okay? Very easy. Okay, so I have received Graciana's whole answer and Vicky's answer. Oh, no. How many are in total? Okay, I have received Harvey's answer. Okay, and I just wait for another 30 seconds.
老师，我能去拿个东西吃吗？我没有吃晚饭，我好饿。
你可以一边上课一边吃，好不好？
你是老师？
Yeah, of course.
老师，现在在做哪道题？还在做第8题吗？
你做好了吗？你发给我了吗？
那我发给你。
Okay, okay, so let's take a look at this one. Okay, so there's a very important thing. If you want to take notes, that is the time to take notes. Okay, Jason? If you see there is a diagonal, sorry, it's not a diameter, a circle, and you're using this one as a longest line for this triangle, and the other side is on the circle, this one must be right angles. Does everybody understand what I'm talking about? Okay, 如果一个三角形它的最长边是直径，一个圆的直径 and the other side of the triangle is located on the circle, then this triangle must be a right triangle. Understand, Vicky? Okay, so this question is already told you. So AB equals 7 and BC equals 12. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So what is AC equals? AC equals 7 squared plus 12 squared, and square root equals 49 plus 144. So equals 193 square root. Okay. The question is, find the radius. What is radius? Is half of this one. So you need to do what? Is 139 square root. Okay, everybody, I want you to get your calculator out. 139 square root and divide by 2. So the answer equals, the radius equals 6.95. Okay, so Andy, if you give me 6.9, it's totally fine as well. Okay, so number 9 is the hardest question. I'm not going to tell you how to do it right now. I want you to try to think about it. And everybody, you should have your paper on your hand, right? And try to draw the line, okay, Graciana? The best way is connect the AB and try to imagine this in your brain. Like, how does the distance being calculated? Okay, we're going to talk about this one in 1 minute. 2 minutes. I want every one of you try to do it yourself.
Is it a cube or is it a rectangle?
It's a cube. See,
But
everybody take a look at this one. In a
but the drawing looks a bit messed up.
Yeah. So they never said it's gonna be true to the size, right? Okay, so everybody, if you have a line, is it something like that? Okay, so some students tell me, okay, because each of the line of 5 centimeter, so that's why this is 5 centimeter, 50 square root. Okay, everybody, I'm going to using another line to tell you, Calvin, I want you to take a look, okay? The thing you're calculating is this one. Did you get it, everybody? If you are 50 square root is 25 plus 25 square root. This one's talking about the blue one. 对不对？不对啊，我们要看的是这个红色的。红色的跟这个5都不是在一个平面上， so you need to connect it B and C first. But is this one a right angle? I'm not sure. Okay, so how about like that? Okay, so I'm going to put this one. So this one is actually a right triangle. Understand, everybody? Get it? Okay, so this is the thing. So how do we find out? Is we need to find out the blue one first. The blue one, which is AC. Calvin, you're right. It is 5 squared plus 5 squared equals square root 50. And this one's 5. So AB equals what? AB equals 50 plus 25 equals square root 75. Understood, everybody? Because this one is square root 50. So that's why this is 5. So AB is square root 50 squared. So it's 50 plus 5 squared, 25. So equals 75 square root. So the answer is 8.66. Good job, Andy. Very good. Good job, Graciana. And let me see who get it right as well. Harvey is not wrong, right? So Kelvin and Vicky and Jason, do you understand? Okay, so if you understood, then number 10, it's your turn, okay? Number 10. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So this time, again, we're going to have a line connected A and B, right, Vicky? Correct? Okay, so now what you need to do is connect to CAC. Right, so we need to find out AC first. AC equals what? Equals A squared plus 6 squared and square root. So equals what? Equals 64 plus 36 square root equals 10. Correct? And AB equals what? AB equals 10 squared plus 4 squared equals 116 square root. Correct, Harvey? So,
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
yeah,
Oops.
116 equals what? Equals 10.77.
I don't know how I got 136.
Okay, very good. Everybody got it right. Okay. So, Vicky, are you still with me? So you're clear? Okay, good. Okay, so now let's take a look at number 11. Okay, number 11.
老师，我去拉个大便。
哦，去吧。 Okay, so I have received, this one's pretty easy, right? So everybody, if we move to the number 12, so this one's very good. Okay, everybody got it right. So I'm not going to spend any more time. So this one's the same thing. So in order to get X, you need to find out this line and that line, right? And in order to get this line, you're just using these two. So pretty easy. So we're not going to spend any more time on top of it. And this one is the same thing, okay? Find the perimeter of each triangle. 好，有些小朋友一定要把题目看清楚啊，是 find perimeter 啊，Jason 啊，不要到时候又算到别的东西去了啊。Okay, and also find the area of the unknown square. This one we're not spending any more time, so we're going to move forward to the use of the Pythagorean. Okay, and this is also the part a lot of students don't like because they are how to use them. Okay, and not mention a lot of math test competition is going to have those questions as well. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So when you are having some homework, some questions, the question is not going to give you the graph. Okay, everybody take a look at this one. Kevin, 你回来啦？上完厕所啦？肚子疼啊？
对，肚子好痛。我昨天吃的西瓜还没有消化掉。
不是着凉了呀？你吃饭吃太快了。Okay, Rubina travels work. 你说
肠胃炎还是啥的？
你是不是吃完饭马上去运动了？有没有？
不知道，医生说是急性肠胃炎。
真的啊？唉。OK， 好，我们来看一下 Rubina travels 4 kilometers north, 3 kilometers east, 2 kilometers south, 5 kilometers east, and then 4 kilometers north. How far is she from her starting point? So everybody, if you take a look at this one, it's really complicated. But if you have this one, it's going to be helpful. Correct, Graciana? Okay, everybody, when you do those questions, you need to what? 必须要把题目先画出来。OK，好。先来看一下，那看看我们这道题目怎么做。
D squared equals to 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 36 plus 64 equals 100. D equals to 根号 100 equals 10. Rubina is 10 kilometers from her starting position.
Yeah, so but the thing is, how did you get this one? 好，这个题
I
目
got
很
it because it's on the paper.
Yeah. OK，我把这个东西折住了啊。对对对，但是我跟小朋友们说啊，你看好啊。So if sometimes the question will be like that, correct? 我们还是就比如说有个小朋友说，哎，我在这个 XY 这个 system 里面，我先上走了4步，然后又往右边走了3步，然后又这样。But you need to do this. You know this is exactly like that. Understand, everybody? Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. A rectangle twice as long as it's wide has a perimeter of 36. This question is pretty easy, just the normal algebra, right? But after you calculate the x equals 6, okay? So Jason, 我要抓你了啊。做到这里没有完。The question is, what is the length of the diagonal of the rectangle? Understand? 对不对？你要把这个 diagonal 算出来。Vicky, understand? So sometimes it's like you already finished all the calculation. 后来你忘了把最后一步算出来，可不可惜啊？ Just kind of pity, right? So we need to calculate the diagonal. Understand, Calvin? Understand, Andy? Okay. Andy, 你的那个脖子好了吗？ Okay. Okay, 好。So the hypotenuse, 这什么叫 hypotenuse? 就是这个最长的这条边 okay? So the longest line for the right triangle is 25, and the one leg is 7. Find the area of the triangle. So first we need to use the Pythagorean theorem to find the bottom is 24, right? And using 7 times 24 divided by 2 equals the area. Okay, everybody? Pretty easy, right? So we just go through these questions pretty quick. And this one is the same thing. With length of the diagonal of the rhombus is like 20 and 16. And what is a perimeter? 我们刚才知道题目已经做过了, so we don't do anymore this one, okay? Okay, so let's move on for the question you hate the most, which is word problem. Okay, 好，我知道小朋友最不喜欢 word problem, 对不对? Okay, so first question number 1. Vicky, can you read the question for me?
A square has an area of 15
Centimeter square.
centimeter square.
Uh-huh.
What is the length of the size of the square?
Okay, very good. Everybody, please quickly tell me the answer right now.
15.
The length of the sides.
Oh, yeah.
Square root 15, right? Square root 15 centimeter. Okay. Okay, 我们这个不多做啊. Okay, 好. Number 3. Edison travels 1 kilometer north, 2 kilometer east, and 3 kilometer north, and 4 kilometer east. How far is she from her starting point? Okay, let's do this one.
Oh, can I just write it as like square root something?
Yeah.
Okay.
老师就只做第3题吗？
好了，做好了吗? Okay. So let's take a look at okay, pretty good. 我们这个到底 square root 多少啊？每个小朋友计算又有点不一样。Okay, so first one, Edison traveled 1 kilometer north. 是不是往上走了1公里啊 ？Correct? Okay, northeast 在哪边？它哪边？这边？
不对吧？那边是 west。
对了 ，Okay, so it's like that, right?
但是结果都一样。
Okay, so 3 kilometers, 1, 2, 3, 对不对？ And 4 kilometers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I want to know how far it is like that, right? So I need to do what? So this distance is 3. This distance is 6, correct? So I want to know this one. Am I right, everybody? Oh, sorry, 4. 4 and 6, correct? So 4 squared plus 6 squared equals what? Equals 16 plus 36. So the answer is square root 52. OK, 还有人做错的，要打屁股啦。啊，对不对？OK, So let's take a look at the number 5. The sides of a triangle are 60, 6, 9, and 11. Is it a right triangle? 我们不用做了，这个太简单。Okay, so now let's move forward to the part that's getting harder, okay? The perimeter of an equilateral triangle is 30. Find the measure of an altitude of this triangle. Please draw the picture first, okay? Draw the graph first.
Are we doing 9?
No, we're doing 9, yes. OK， 好 ，Andy 做完了 ，Harvey 做完了。Okay, so everybody, I want you to have this triangle drawn. So everybody, 10, 10, 10, 对不对? Okay, so I need a what? I need to draw a height on top of it. I want to try to find out the height of this triangle. So because this height is cutting this 9 into 5 and 5.
I forgot what equilateral triangle was.
You don't know what is equilateral
I
triangle
forgot.
is?
I thought it was 等腰三角形.
对，那是
equilateral 是等边。
是等边三角形 ，OK？
I thought it was 等腰, so I couldn't
So
get it.
height is 10 squared minus 5 squared, so equals 75 squared. Okay, so everybody, so you can do you just do the calculator. So 75 and square root equals 8.7 centimeters. Okay, so number 11, we did it already. Okay, boys and girls, let's move forward to the number 14. Number 14 is the exactly same questions, and when we're doing one-time AMC 8, I think it's 2006 questions, exactly like that, okay? So let's take a look at this one. It looks like there's not a lot of things that have been told, right? But because every single one is a right triangle, right, Jason? Vicky, right? So we can just do what? Like peeling onions, okay, Andy? Or have you ever played it with a 就是有一个像 domino， 有没有玩过？就是第一个倒了就会把第二个撞倒，第二个撞倒就会把第三个撞倒，对不对？ Okay, so this is exactly like the domino triangle math questions, okay? So in order to find x, you need to find out this one first. This one equals what? Square root 2. And because this one is square root 2, this one equals square root 3. This one is square root 4, square root 5, square root 6, and this one is square root 7. Get it, everybody? So this question can be unlimitedly just to create getting a bigger and bigger and bigger number. Okay, understand how we get it? Because this one is 1 plus 1 square root 2, right? So this one equals 2 square root times square root 2 equals 2. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. So 3 square root 3. Get it, everybody? So this question is like a very, very typical Pythagorean theorems questions, okay? So now let's move forward, okay? So this is the hardest part, okay? We're not going to do all of them, but I'm going to help you to do the 19 and 20, okay? 19 and 20.
Are we gonna do both?
Yes, but we focused on 19 first, then we do 20, okay? 先做19. Okay, everybody, how to do this question? This question, okay, Vicky has sent me the answer. Good job, Vicky.
Wait, I think it's not me.
Huh?
Yeah, I didn't send the answer.
Oh, it's not you? You
Yeah,
sent
not me.
no, it's earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. How do we do this one, okay? This is two exactly same triangles, right? So first of all, I'm not sure, did this one telling you that this is a right triangle? 有没有人告诉你是一个直角三角形？没有说，对不对？ So if it is not, can you do this? You cannot do this, but you can find out if it is a right triangle or not. Okay, everybody? Do you still remember? I asked you to memorize some sets of the number which qualified the answer is for the right triangle. Do you still remember, all of you? Right? So the first sets I want you to remember is 3, 4, and 5. Do you still remember? So did
Yeah.
you see 3, 4, and
Yeah.
5? Did you see 3, 4, 5? If these are 3, 4, 5, so that means this is right angles. Okay, so if it is right angle, this is 4, this is 8. What is AB, everybody? AB equals 4 squared plus 8 squared square root, correct? So 16 plus 64 equals 80 square root. So this one is 80 square root, which equals what? 2 times 2 times 20. I just do it. Why? Because I want to take out 2. So 2 square root 20. I know 20 is not the perfect one, but why? Because I know the whole thing is 220. So
Is x
equals-
square root 5?
It is square root 20, right?
There's 8.
5?
Yeah?
Is
Where's
x
8?
square root 5?
Sorry, can you ask question one by one? Because
Is
Vicky
x square root 5?
Calvin, you can just type the answer into the chat room. Okay, so when we're talking, we try to ask the question. If you know how to do it, that's perfect. So Vicky, what is your question?
No, I'm just asking. I didn't see the 8.
8. Oh, 3 plus 5.
Oh, that. Okay.
Yeah, this is 3, this is 5, so that's why it's 8, okay? So
Okay.
now this one is square root 20 and this is 5. So x equals what? X equals 5 squared minus 20 squared and square root, correct? So it's 25 minus 20 square root. So x equals square root 5. Very good, Calvin. You should trust yourself. But we want to have the what? The decimal way. So it's 5 square root equals 2.23, not 24. Understand, Jason? No? Okay, I can explain again, okay? So first of all, because nobody tell you this is a right triangle, you need to find out if it is a right triangle or not. 因为这里是3，这里是4，这里是5，是不是3的平方加上4的平方等于5的平方啊？那说明这个是不是个直角？是一个直角，对不对？那如果这个是直角，这是不是三角形 ABD 是不是直角三角形 ？Is it a right triangle, everybody? Okay, so if triangle ABD is a right triangle, this one is a right triangle. So AD equals 4, right? And BD equals what? 3 plus 5, correct? Graciana, correct? Okay, so AB equals what? Equals AD squared plus BD squared and square root, correct? Jason, which part you don't understand is because I'm using the square root? Then I do this. AB squared equals AD squared plus BD squared.
I just did 5 over this thing, since we have 5 and 5. So we could find the base of this.
Why? Why this is 5? This is 5. You can find the base. How did you find the base?
Because we do 5 squared plus 5 squared is equal to the base.
No, this is not a right triangle.
Oh,
So one line squared plus the other line squared equals the base is only happen in the right triangle. That's the most important thing. If it is not right triangle, you cannot using this formula. Understand, Jason?
okay.
Yeah, so why we can use it here? Why we can use it here is because this is a right triangle. Get it, everybody? Graciana? So Jason, do you understand right now? Okay, so AD equals 4. So 4 squared plus BD equals 3 plus 5 equals 8. So it's 8 squared. So AB squared equals 16 plus 64 equals 18. So AB equals square root 80. Understood? Jason? Okay, so this one I can just simplify. 80 equals what? Equals 80 divided by 2 equals 40, divided by 2 equals 20, divided by 2 equals 10, divided by 2 equals 5. So 80 square root should equals 4 square root 5, correct, everybody? The same thing, I take it out, right? So 4 square root 5 is AB. So EB equals what? So I have told you because this is a 等腰三角形 isosceles triangles. And this height cut AB into half because AB equals 4 and the square root 5. So EB equals 2 square root 5. So how to find out X? This is a right triangle, everybody. This is a right triangle. So triangle green is a right triangle, right? So X equals 5 squared minus 2 square root 5 squared, correct? 这条边等于5的平方减去2根号5的平方，对不对？ So 25 minus 20 equals x squared. So x squared equals 5. So x equals square root 5. Understood, everybody? Harvey? Jason? Oh, sorry, Andy. 都懂了? Okay, so if you understood, we're going to move on to the number 20, okay?
Is x only the small part or like the whole side?
Mm-mm. This one. This part.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing 20?
Yeah.
Is the 8 centimeter the size or the area?
Mm, 8 centimeter cannot be area. If it is area, it's 8 centimeter square. OK， 好，我们看到 Andy 给我答案了。OK，Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Okay, so boys and girls, let's take a look at this one. If Andy got it right, or I give you some help, okay, see if you can get it better. So the corner are cut off at 8 centimeter square to form a regular octagon. Find the value of x to 2 decimal places. Okay, so we want to know the x, and we know this one's 8 centimeter, correct? Okay, so Vicky, the green part is x. Is this one x as well? Is this one x as well? So all of them are x, correct? And now I want to ask everybody, do you understand what does regular octagon mean? What does regular octagon mean?
Means
A
every
stop
side
sign.
of the octagon are the same.
Very good. That means each of the line are the same. Very good. Thank you, Vicky. So all of them are the same. Okay, so now let me ask you a very simple question, okay? So this line, how to use an equation to describe it. We know this is 8. We know this is x, this is x. So how to use an equation to describe this distance, everybody? What is that?
Eight minus 2x.
8 minus 2x. Who said it?
Harvey.
Good job, Harvey. Okay, very good. Harvey, 我怎么觉得你是病入膏肓了？Harvey，我们 Harvey 大概现在都80多岁了，哎呀，还来上课，真是不容易。Okay, so let's take a look at next one. So this one and this one are equals to each other, right, Vicky? Because they're regular octagon, right? Okay, so Jason, can you use your way an equation to describe this distance? I know this is x, and this is a right triangle. This is x, this is x, this is a right triangle. So how to describe this one?
2x squared.
2x squared.
Square root. No,
Square
2x.
root. Yeah, square root. So it's what? X square root 2, correct? Correct, okay. So Vicky already told us. Vicky said, regular octagon means each of the line is the same. So this one is represented as x square root 2. This one is represented as 8 minus 2x. So AKA x square root 2 equals 8 minus 2x. Is it right, everybody? Right? Okay. So if you know, if you're here, this question is a little bit different. Okay. So we're gonna move this one over here. Okay. So it's square root 2x plus 2x equals 8. Correct, everybody? Okay. So this one equals 2 plus square root 2 x equals 8. Do you understand what I'm doing? Understood? Okay, so now x equals what? Equals 8 divided by 2 plus square root 2. All you need to do is just to stop here. Okay? Later on, we're going to learn how to calculate this out. But today, you're good just like that. Understood, everybody? Okay, so I'm going to stop here and let you think about it here, okay? Okay, so now everybody, if you're done, does anybody in this class have any questions for this one at all? 都懂了是不是？都懂了 OK 好，那我们来看第18题 OK。Everybody, first of all, you need to do what? You connect to AC, okay? Okay, so everybody, this question's a little bit hard, right, Vicky? It sounds like there's something's missing, 对不对？小朋友说，老师，你是不是有什么东西没告诉我们呀？ Okay, think about it. There's a very important thing. It's called trapezoid. I want to ask Andy. Okay, you're the best friend of Vicky, right? And not really. We hate each other a lot, actually. Yes. See, I know you. Okay, so Andy, there's a one thing I want to ask you. In order to have a trapezoid, what is the most important thing for the trapezoid?
It's the rectangle.
They have the same height, right?
Oh yeah.
They have the same height, okay? So everybody, if I were you, I'm gonna add this line. That is the most important line. It's called same height line. And because they are the same height, and they're the height. So this is 8. This is also 8. Get it, Jason? So, and because this is a height, so this is must be a right angle. So everybody, 10, 8, and I don't even have to calculate it. I know this is 6. Get it, Vicky? Okay. And because these two lines are the same, they are parallel to each other. So this is 9. This is also 9 because they form a what? Rectangle here. Get it? So this is 9. This is 6, Jason. The whole CD equals what? 15 centimeter. So how do we find AC? AC equals AD squared plus DC squared. So AC squared equals 8 times 8 equals 64 plus 15 times 15 equals 225. So it's 289 equals AC squared. So AC equals what? AC equals 17 centimeters. Get it? Okay, so boys and girls, you have to have the ability to add the line, okay? So add line is very important. Calvin, understand? You have to have the ability to add the line. Grace, Sienna, good job. Very good. The answer is perfect. Okay? Good job. Okay, so let's take a look at number 17. Oh, sorry. 我不能再教你们了。再教你们，你们回家作业都做完了。Okay? So the part is the homework. So the good thing is, Vicky, that is today till right now, we're not doing any Pythagorean theorem anymore. Happy? Everybody? Happy? Okay, yeah. I know. 做这个几何啊，就是大家都不太喜欢的，对不对? I know. So today we're done. Okay, we're no more learning this one. So last 15 minutes, we're going to move on to the next chapter. Okay? So we're doing really quick. So the next chapter is actually something really easy, okay? So let's take a look at this one. This is algebra part, okay? So polynomial, okay? So everybody, we know that a variable is a letter whose value is on no real number. For example, A, B, C, and X, Y, Z, or we can say alpha, beta, or even apple, any number, anything that is not unknown, it could be variable. Okay, usually we use letters. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so there's a very important thing. So 4x plus 3y plus 3xy. How many terms are there? That is a very important thing. Okay, so I want everybody starting to have the ability to do that. Is they have 3 terms, is 4x, positive 3y, and positive 3xy. Okay, so there are 3 terms. So I want to ask Harvey a question. 4x is positive or negative? $4x is positive or negative?
4x is positive or negative?
4x is positive or negative?
Well, there's no negative sign, so it's positive, right?
Very good. Okay, good job. So when there's no negative sign in front of it, it's positive. Understand, Vicky? Sometimes it's okay to not to have the positive sign inside a positive number. But if it is a negative number, it must have the negative sign in front of it. Understand, everybody? Okay, it must have the negative sign. Okay, so everybody, so I want to ask you a very simple question, okay? So 4x plus 3x equals, so 4x plus 3x, this polynomial has how many terms? This has how many terms? 不要告诉我，不要用嘴巴说。Please send it to me by chat. 我看看多少小朋友是对的。4x plus 3x, how many terms are there? Okay, let me see, okay? Okay, Graciana, you're right. Okay, I tried to confuse all of you, and none of you get it confused. Very good, okay? Because 4x and 3x could be combined as 7x, so basically they're just a one term, okay? But if I give you 4x and 3xy, they cannot be combined, so they allow two terms, okay, everybody? Very good. Okay, so now let's talk about the coefficient, okay? So everybody, if you see there's a 5x, so the coefficient of this term is 5, or we can say positive 5. But if you have negative 3y, the coefficient of this term is what? Negative 3, okay? And not mention if you have x squared over 3, so the coefficient of this one is 1 over 3. Understand, Jason? Okay? And these are pretty easy, but some people get confused with negative y. So negative y, the coefficient is not negative, it's negative 1. Okay? Very good. And there's a last term we need to emphasize is negative 3, the coefficient is also negative 3, but they have another name, it's called constant. Why it is constant? Because negative 3 always equals to negative 3, but negative 3y is based on the value of y, they have different answers, correct, Graciana? Right? If y equals 1, this one equals negative 3. If y equals negative 1, then it's positive 3. So, but something like that, negative 3 doesn't have a variable on top of it. So that's why no matter how, it is always what? It is always the constant value. So we call it constant. Understood, everybody? Okay, I hope I explained very clearly, okay? So let's talk about the question, okay? So monomial, everybody, if you're learning English, so mono means single, right? So that means one. So if you see any word begin with mono, that means it's something single or just a one. So if you see a monomial, that means there's only one term for this expression. Okay, everybody? A monomial is an expression of type AXN, where A is a real number constant and N is a non-negative integer, for example, like that. Okay, so now let me ask a very simple question for all of you, okay? Is it x negative 1 or 1 over x? Is this one a monomial? Is this one a monomial? No, okay? Because it has to be what? A non-negative integer. Okay, this power cannot be negative, cannot be fractions. For instance, if you have x 1 over 2, which equals square root x, is not a monomial. Understood, Andy? Understood, Harvey? Good? Okay. Okay, so when you have more than one term, we call it polynomial. Okay, they have more than one term. It's all polynomial. If there's only two terms, it's called a binomial. okay, and bigger than that. Okay, so the last part we're talking about is degrees, okay? So for instance, if you have 6x squared, okay, everybody, plus 5xy. Sorry, 5x, okay? So if we have this one, so let me just to discuss the detail of this one. This is a binomial because they have two terms. Get it, Jason? It has two terms, okay? So the constant, okay, the coefficient of 6x squared equals 6. And the coefficient of 5x is 5. Okay, so now let's move forward to the degrees, okay? So the degrees is talking about the number on top of it. So this degree is 2. And how about this one? This degree is what, Graciana? Is what? Is 1. Okay, very good, Graciana. This is 1, okay? So because we have two terms, and the first term has a degree of 2, and the second term has a degree of 1, so we see 6x squared is the leading term. Understand, Vicky? Okay? 谁大谁做老大. Okay? When you see the bigger number, that is the leading term. Okay, so now let me ask you a very simple question. Who can tell me what is the degree of this term? 5x squared y has what is the degree of the term? What is the term of degrees? Very good, Graciana. Good job. This is 2 and this is 1, everybody. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. Get it, everybody? Okay, so now let me ask you a very simple question, okay? So let's just do the practice. So 5x squared, the degree squared is 2, right? And negative 3x is what? Is 1. And 4, because there's no variable, so the degree is 0. Okay, everybody, all the numbers to degrees is all 0. And the leading term is this one, and the degree of the total polynomial is also determined by the leading terms, because the leading term is 5x squared, so the degree of the polynomial is 2. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So negative 5 plus xy. So negative 5 is a number, so that's why the degree is 0. And xy, the degree is 2. So the leading term is xy, so that's why the degree of the whole polynomial is 2. Understood, everybody? Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Okay, so I want you to take a look at each of them, one, and tell me what is the degree of each one. Okay, let's do one by one. Jason, what is degree of 3? Jason, what is the degree of 3?
0.
Very good, 0. Okay, so Vicky, what is the degree of negative 2x?
1.
Very good. Trust yourself. Okay, Graciana, what is the degree of 5x squared?
2. 2.
Very good. 2. So negative 4xy, Harvey.
Uh,
Okay.
no idea. 2.
Okay, so no, yeah, very good. Because negative 4xy, so x have a power of 1 and y have a power of 1, so 1 plus 1 equals 2. Good job, okay? So let's take a look at 0. Kevin, what is the degree of 0?
0.
Very good. So 2 squared, x squared, what is the degree of that one, Andy? Andy?
2.
2, very good, 2. Okay, so 2x minus y. I want to ask Jason, what is the degree of this one? The
2.
No, it is 1, okay? 2x minus y has 2 terms, okay? But we need to discuss each of them separately. So 2x has a degree of 1, and negative y also have a degree of 1. So they're both the leading term of this binomial. So we say this binomial has a degree of 1. Understand? Good job, okay? So next one, Vicky. 3x minus 1, what is the degree of this one?
1.
Very good. Good job. Okay, so next one, Graciana. 2xy minus x squared. What is the degree of that one?
2.
Very good, 2. Good job. Okay, let's take a look at the third one. So Harvey, x squared minus 3x plus 4. What is the degrees of this one?
Where x squared minus
你一个一个看 x squared 的 degree 是多少？
1.
No, it's 2. See?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Then
so
there's 3.
3x 的 degree 是多少？
1,
Very good. 那4的 degree 是多少
0.
Very good. 那哪个最大？
X squared.
2 最大，所以说 this is the term, leading term. So that's why the degree of this whole thing is 2. Understand? Okay, so let's take a look at that one. Sorry, Kelvin. 5y squared minus 2ay and minus a squared. What is the degree of that one?
2.
Very good. Good job. Understand, everybody? So this question is a little bit complicated, but just ask yourself, what is the leading term? It's only one of them is the biggest one. So just the biggest one determine the biggest, the term of this whole polynomial, okay? So your homework will be the part I already asked you to print it out. You don't have to do all of them, just do the right part of everything. Right part of everything, okay?
So this, like the
Yeah.
ones we did some of.
Yeah. Right part, okay, Graciana? Don't do the whole thing. 如果我看到有小朋友交作业的时候全都做了，说明上课的时候没听。Jason， 老师一点都不会说，哎，这个小朋友怎么这么乖呀，对不对？你都做了那么多，说明哎呀，你又在吃什么呢 ？Can you tell me? The ice cream?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody, other than that, this part, you need to finish all of them. Okay, but this question is very easy. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The number 6, you don't have to do it.
So which part? Everything on the right?
The page, I asked your parents to print it out for you.
Okay.
Okay, so only do the right part. And this page is not sent it to you yet. Is we just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but every question. But these questions very quick. You can do it within like 10 minutes. Okay, Jason? Understood? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the paper, and I'm going to send it to the Google Classroom. Okay? And the one already sent it to you. It's up to you. You can reprint it or whatever. It doesn't matter. But we just do the right part. Understood, everybody? I hope I explained the homework pretty well, okay? But I have to say, everybody, the homework this week is much better than last week already. Everybody, congratulations, okay? I'm looking forward you send to me the even better one next week. Is that okay? Okay? Okay, so see you next week, okay, everybody? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.